Just by way of commentary, Mr. Kraft and Illinois Leaks, I believe, which you are part of, have sued the city and have pending lawsuits against the city. As an attorney for the city, I cannot speak to either of you without your counsel present. It is my advice to the council that you cannot speak to them except through your counsel while you have litigation pending where you've sued the city of Carlinville.
Are you saying I don't have a right for public comment?
That's correct.
So are you denying me my right for public comment?
I am advising you that you should comment through Mr. Joshua Burdett.
Chairman, are you going to deny my right or provide me my right to speak?
I'm acting on behalf of our city attorney.
So what is the answer to the question, ma'am?
He said that you should have counsel.
I'm not going to have counsel to speak for public comment because what he has outlined specifically addresses matters related to that litigation. My public comment has to do with your agenda tonight,
sir,
and what's on this resolution tonight.
The council cannot communicate with you.
Not you, sir.
I asked the mayor on the advice of council that it is improper to communicate parties that are in litigation with the city of Carlinville.
Fine, I'm not asking you to respond. I have a right to speak at a public meeting.
No.
Yes, I do.
If you're represented by council.
No, sir. I'm not suing you.
Yeah, well, you're part of Illinois Leaks, is that correct?
You tell me. Do you see my name on there? Illinois Leaks is not even a corporation.
I'm advising the council not to communicate with parties who are in
You don't have
lawsuits
to
against the
communicate.
city.
I have a right to speak. If you're going to deny my right to speak, have me removed from this meeting.
3 minutes.
I thought your policy was 5.
I'm giving you 3.
So now you're going to restrict my time
All right.
from 5 to 3. Is that? I just want to make sure I understand correctly.
I'm advising the council, and I'm
Okay.
advising the mayor that parties that are in a lawsuit against the city should communicate to the council only through their attorneys, and the council should communicate with parties who are suing
That's
the
fine.
city.
I'm going to ignore you,
only-
counsel. I don't have to take that. I'm using my public time. You gave me 3 minutes in violation of your own policy, which is 5. The interesting thing that I find tonight, you have a resolution on home rule, and you want to change the Constitution, support changing the Constitution through referendum. If you want home rule, you can do that by referendum already. You can do that here locally. That's the first issue. The other one, for an attorney general to issue an opinion that really didn't go into detail, you sure read a lot of detail. That was pretty telling. The issue was whether or not it was properly on an agenda. With that in mind, you've taken action tonight again on issues that are strictly correspondence. That doesn't tell the public that you're going to take action. Not even remotely close. And there's case law that supports that. So I find it just amazing that is the advice that you're getting, but it's not a surprise. From the U.S. Constitution, just so everybody is aware of it, a home rule unit may exercise any power and perform any function pertaining to its government and affairs, including but not limited to the power to regulate protection of public health. Other municipalities, outlines 25,000 people as automatic home rule. Other municipalities may elect by referendum to become home rule units. Why in the world would you want to go after a statewide constitutional issue instead of doing it locally through your referendum? Let your voters speak. I would hope that that would be the path that you take. It's a whole lot simpler. They already tried to pass home rule for 5,000 people, and it never even made it out of committee. And I find it hard to believe that this one's going to ever make it out of committee, but even if it does, great, that's what the legislator's for. And legislative floor debates, you're right, your attorney's right, that's not law. But they do defer to that for legislative intent. And part of legislative intent that made it into the law was my right to speak. How much time do I have left, Chairman?
Keep
A
going.
minute and 10 seconds.
Minute and 10, is that on the 3 or on the 5?
That's on the 3.
Okay. Having not read your packet, I'll save it for next time. I can usually get what I need to say in 3 minutes. I do want the record to reflect, and I know we'll have it recorded, somebody's recording it.
Sure.
When your rules say 5 minutes, you can't cut people off and say it's 3 minutes.
Well, we had several speakers here this evening.
But if your policy says
I
5,
know, but we had several speakers.
so you're just gonna disregard your own policy,
So, you had 3 minutes.
okay? In regards to Robert's rules don't trump law. And this issue that you first cited them was not an issue of whether or not you have the power to do what you did. It was about an agenda item, providing proper notice to the public. That's what that issue was about, nothing more. You're gonna let me go or not?
Yes, go ahead, go.
It wasn't about what you said it was about. And I find it insulting that you tell your own clients that the ruling really didn't go in anything in depth. It was extensively in depth, and it was spot on with case law. I don't have anything else. Thank you.